feel like I should be making more saves. Messiah, noun. 1. In Christianity, a title for Jesus Christ. 2. One who brings salvation to mankind, Savior. 3. One who rescues other from peril. Okay. Salvation, noun. 1. Deliverance from pain and suffering from the Kojin Dictionary.
ジョン・タイターは実にバカだな。
I scream at the absurdity. Daru and Kurusu give me exasperated stares, but I ignore them.
この俺がメシアだと？勘弁してもらいたいものだ。人類を救済するなどくだらないにも程がある。俺はメシアとは正反対の資質を持つ狂気のマッドサイエンティスト法院教魔であり、幾多の修羅場をかいくぐり長年機関から逃れ続けてきたのだ。そんな俺が望むのは混沌。権力者を倒せば平和が訪れるとでも思っているのか。答えは否。断じて否だ。そんな夢物語を信じている脳みそがお花畑な奴にはそのまま死ねと忠告してやろう。権力の破壊の後に始まるのは秩序なき混乱なのだ。
あのさ、マキセ氏、オカリンは一体どうしちゃったんだぜ。
さあ、数時間前までジョン・タイターと熱心にメールしてたと思ったら急に静かになって、で30分くらい前からこんな状態。
Okay. Myri? Speaking of lotteries, Mayushi won a magazine sweepstakes once. Amazing, huh? You know the hero of Gundam? Setsuri? I want an autograph from his voice actor. You're still reading anime magazines? Setsuru, is he from the latest Gundam? I haven't seen it. Okay. I never knew Myri was a voice actor at Otaku. Yeah. That sounds good. It was very important.
なんか今日のオカリンって全体的にヤバくね？
同意するわ。
聞け！そこのラボメン2人、これよりオペレーションウルドを再開する。
マジで？下に店長まだいるけど？
案ずるな。どうせブラウン管工房はそろそろ閉店の時間だ。
夜は電話レンジが作動しないはずでしょ。
やってみる価値はある。検証するのだ。何時まで電話レンジカッコ仮の作動を確認できるかをな。と同時にダル、それにクリスティーナ、お前たちには D メールによって過去を変えてもらう。
過去を？
I still don't believe in the many worlds interpretation or Titor's attractor field theory. Actually, I'm starting to doubt them more and more. If we want to know how the world works, we'll have to figure it out ourselves. And to do that, we need to experiment. One thing I'm sure of is that the mass disappearance in Akiba is related to D-mails somehow, as is a strange disconnect between my memories and everyone else's. According to Titor, I have a supernatural power, the one I call reading Steiner. My doubts about Titor's veracity aside, I do need to determine if I'm the only person who keeps his memories when the past changes. So I guess we're going to do another change.
好きなように過去を変えろ。ただし、なるべくわかりやすい形でだ。
Preparations for the phone wave, name subject to change, are complete. Daru's eyes wander to the ceiling in thought. Next to him, Kurusu shrugs her shoulder and starts gathering her things.
私は帰る。今日の実験結果は明日レポートで見せて。
待て！
When I grab her by the shoulder, Kurusu nearly topples over.
何すんのよ。
そのレポートは 誰が書くのだ？
岡部に決まってるでしょ。作戦立案者なんだから。被験者自身も実験中の書簡なんかを書いておいてくれるとなおいいけど。
Curiously glances at Dario.
過去改変には興味がないのか？あれほど実験に前向きだったではないか。
あんたね、昼間のことをもうきれいさっぱり忘れたわけ？私は反対した。
だが実験が始まってからは乗り気だった。文句一つ言わず付き合った。
妄想を垂れ流さないで。
I twist my lips into a grin.
客観的に慣れていないぞ、クリスティ・セレセブよ。
いちいち言い直すのよ。
実験はすでに一度行われた。この俺が過去を改変した。
うわ、オカリン、抜け駆けいくない。
そうではない。過去を改変した結果、お前たちは改変前の一部の記憶を失ったのだ。
今日の昼間のこと？ロト6がどうとか急に言い出したけど。
そうだ。
I explained what happened earlier this afternoon.
それはひょっとしてギャグで言っているのか？
本気だ。
マジっすか。
One good look at my face, and Dario seems to understand I'm not joking. Curiously, on the other hand, has a sour look, but she's always like that. Why did everyone else lose their memories? Actually, did everyone else lose their memories? In order to find out, I need them to perform the same experiment.
うわっ、オッケー。僕一つどうしても変えたい過去があるんだよね。
Dario is quick to adapt, as always. We've known each other for a long time, and trust me implicitly. Or maybe he's just being faithful to his desires.
なんだ？ダイエットしろと1年前の自分に送るのか？
そんなメール来てもダイエットなんかしないし。
True. Dario tells me he wants to change the events of the Ferris Cup held at the May Queen plus Neon Squared a few days ago. On that day, Dario got insta-killed by Ferris in a Ryenet Axis Battlers match.
その結果を覆そうと？
フェイリスタンの作戦はほぼ完璧に覚えてるんで、その裏を突こうってことだよ。うわぁ、僕って頭良くね？
Ferris is probably too good for that to work. She'll just counter his counter strategy.
まあいい。ダリオ、D メールを送る準備を。
よーし、僕頑張っちゃうぞ。
Dario hunches over and starts typing out the mail, leaving me to input the forwarding address into the phone wave, name subject to change. I sit in front of the X68000 and take a look at my watch. It's 6:55 p.m. No way to know the phone wave name subject to change will operate at this hour. We haven't figured out the exact window yet.
あんた自身はどう考えてるの？記憶が継続してることについて。
しつこいぞ。ゾンビの異名は伊達ではないというわけか？
意味がわからない。
ゾンビは死してなお人に襲いかかってくる。実にしつこいのだ。
冗談はやめて。こっちは本気で話してるんだけど。
Curiousy's glare is scarier than usual. I might have wet myself a little there.
俺は D メールの送信先が鍵だと考えている。すなわち未来からのメールを受け取った人間、その人間だけは過去改変の影響を受けないかもしれない。
Actually, that hypothesis doesn't explain the mass disappearance in Akihabara. Of course, I still don't have concrete proof that the mass disappearance incident was related to D-Mail. We'll never know unless we experiment.
ダルの実験が終わったら、次はお前に D メールを送ってもらう。内容について考えておいてくれ。
嫌よ。
Curiosity replies emphatically.
私は送らない。
怖いのか？
そういう問題じゃない。
ならばタイムパラドックスのことを気にしているのか。
それもあるけど、どっちかっていうと個人的なポリシー。
A policy?
過去を変えるなんて卑怯な感じがするから。私がこれまでに蓄積してきた人生はたかだか18年だけど、それでもその記憶を改変なんてしたくない。
なるほど。今の自分は完璧であり不満はなく、だから変えたくないと。
なんでそうなる。これまでの自分を否定したくないの。たとえ失敗ばかりだったとしても、それを含めて今の自分があるんだから。
電話レンジカッコ仮が完全に問題を解決して実用化されても使う気はないと。ジョン・タイターがタイムマシンを好きに使っていいと仮に言ってきても、どの時代に飛ぶ気もないと。青い猫型ロボットが机の引き出しから出てきてもそれを使わないと。
Kurisu nods firmly.
使わないわ。
だが実験は大好き。そうだな。
好きで悪いか。
すなわち自分は高めの見物を決め、他人を実験台にして北総 M。 実にマッドなサイエンティストだ。
あんたね。
できたお。
Kurisu stalks towards me, but is pushed aside by Dari, who presents his phone with a triumphant grin. I take a look. At Ferris Cup, enemy setup, VLVVLVLL. Got it.
さっぱり意味がわからない。
Me neither.
フェイリスタンのカードの配置だお。見ればわかるだろ上皇。オカリンたちが疎いだけ。
Well, whatever. Preparations are complete. If this works, the mail will arrive at Dari's phone 52 hours ago. The discharge phenomenon occurs normally. I close my eyes to shield them from the lightning and sparks. The email was sent. Dari should have received it 2 days ago. However,
そのことをなんで俺は覚えている。
when I sent a email earlier this afternoon, everyone else forgot all about it. If Dari's email changed the past, then the president should have changed too. Dari should be the only one who remembers that he sent the email.
過去変わった。
Dari looks around in confusion.
ちょっと待て、誰も覚えているんだな。
え、何が？
今 D メールを送ったことをだ。
Dari nods. Then I turn to Kurisu. She answers before I ask. Mari-chan is obsessed with this anime called Rainet, so I rented it to see what it was about. I don't usually watch anime, and when I do, I prefer romance. But I found this game to be pretty deep, even though it's aimed at children. I was surprised. P.S. I was so engrossed in Rainet, I couldn't do any practicing swings with the Samadari. I'm sorry. Okay. Now you're hooked on Rainet. Everyone around me is buying this Rainet craze. How can it be so popular? Don't tell me it's an organization plot. That's your problem right there. You can't waste your time with romance fluff. If you have that much free time, then practice with Samadari. Okay, we got an attachment. On to the future. Rainet formation. Completely engrossed by their discussion, Kurari and Tamari raised their voices. Just what sort of person is Kakeru? Kakeru is actually a warrior who protects the order of the internet, a net guardian. Kikari and Tamaru wanted to tell their friends how cool that was, but Kakeru forbade them due to the risk that he may have to fight with the culprit. At the time they received news that the mystery hacker Beesman has attacked an online game server, Kakeru immediately challenges him using Nagia-san's newly made Rainet card and the unique browser AlphaGate. First use of the new Rainet card, despite his lack of experience, Kakeru successfully casts his boot spell. But just when Kakeru thinks he has easily won against the cracker Beesman, who has complete control of the game server, overwrites the game system, sealing Kakeru deep within the game's loop dungeon. Kakeru is in danger. At that moment, somehow, Kirari and Tamaru also server dive. They came to save Kakeru. Furthermore, these two are well versed in the game. As game players, they couldn't forgive the hacker who had taken over the server and toyed with the game players, so they decided to join forces with Kakeru. With their magnificent assistance and Kakeru's shoot ability, they successfully defeated Beesman. And when they do, suddenly an unknown chat window opens up on their monitor. It's a signal from the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. By any chance, are they here to praise us, do you think, with in delight? But the police turn to them and say, "You're under arrest." Okay, this sounds pretty dumb. You should go practice swinging your sword. Here we go.
覚えてるに決まってるでしょ。何バカなこと言って。あ、そうか。岡部がさっき言ってたことが正しいなら、私とあんたは過去が変えられた記憶はないはず。
ダル、お前フェイリス杯でフェイリスに勝てたのか。
わかんね
勝てたらフェイリスの手料理とか言っていたはずだ。それは食べられたのか。手料理とは何だった。
え。わかんねえ。しょぼーん。
I checked Darby's send history. As expected, the D-mail he just sent isn't there. I do, however, find the D-mail in his inbox. He received it 2 days ago, just like we wanted. This is the same thing that happened when I sent my D-mail. I wonder if Ferris sent any emails. There's 2 from Ferris. Now it's about the music. Nope.
もしかして過去は変わってないんじゃないの？
ちょっとマユシに電話してみる。
He's the one who changed the past, yet he doesn't remember what happened after the change? That's odd.
あ、マユシまだバイト中だよね。あのさ、悪いんだけどフェイリスタンはそこにいる？うん、いるんだね。じゃあさ、ちょっと聞いてほしいんだけど、僕ってこの前のフェイリス杯でフェイリスタンに勝ったっけ？負けたっけ？え？負けた？誰が？フェイリスタンが？僕が？あ、そう。瞬殺？そう。わかったわ。
Darby's shoulders droop as he hangs up the phone.
その様子だと過去は変えられなかったみたいね。
Could have changed.
なんで？オカリンは変えられたんしょ？
橋田が送った勝つための方法って必勝法じゃないせいじゃない？有利になるってだけで。
I had the same thought. Ferris is supposedly a world-class player. Darby's time travel cheat may not have been enough.
最終的にフェイリスさんが橋田に勝ったから過去は変わらなかった。
そうだけどさ、ゲームの過程は変わるじゃん。
たかがその程度ではダイバージェンスは揺らがないということかもな。
岡部が言うようにもっと分かりやすく過去が変わったって確かめられる改変にしないと実験の意味がない。あ、いえ、別にこの実験に賛成ってわけじゃないけど。
いや、まだだ。まだ終わらんよ。
Darby stops typing another mail.
もう一度別のアドバイスを過去の僕に送ってみる。今度はもっと的確にフェリスタンに本気で勝てるようなアドバイスだお。
そんなにも勝ちたいのか。
むしろそれほどまでにフェイリスの手料理を食べたいのだろう。
オカリンの答えでファイナルアンサー。
Darby writes another D-mail. I don't bother checking what it says. I won't understand anyways. We activate the phone wave, name subject to change, and send the mail through, just like before. Oh, the phenomenon's over. Nothing happens. No discharge. Usually it happens 10-20 seconds after pushing the start button. The timer counts down to 0 without incident.
時間切れ？
おそらくな。
なんだよ。せっかく素晴らしいアドバイス書いたのに。
やむを得ない。実験は明日に持ち越しだ。
I checked the clock. It's just past 7 p.m. Looks like that's the cutoff.
昨日 ホテルに帰ってからずっと考えてた。この電話レンジはどういう原理で時間移動を可能にさせているのか。
LHC と似たことが起きているのだよ。お前は言ったはずだ。LHC は巨大な電子レンジだと。
電子レンジが LHC と同等の機能を持ってたら、日本は一家に一台ブラックホールになるわね。
それは日本沈没ってレベルじゃねえぞ。
セルンがあまりに簡単にカーブラックホールを作ってるように見えるから感覚が麻痺してるけど、そもそもブラックホールなんて人工的に作れるものじゃないし、とんでもないリスクのある代物だし、家庭の電子レンジがブラックホールを作れると思う方がどうかしてる。
Tyler's time machine is small enough to fit inside a car, and it makes black holes. Well, that's what he said, at least. Now that I'm a little skeptical of Titer, I don't feel like bringing it up.
一つ言えるのは、電子レンジ単体じゃブラックホールは作れないということ。この電子レンジに何かが干渉して電子を注入してきているのは間違いない。
An outside source of electrons. What could that be?
さて、私は帰るから、これ以上むさ苦しい男どもの巣にはいられないんで。また明日レポートをまとめといてね。
Kirisu flings off her lab coat and hurries out the door. She was serious about the report?
ふむ、マキセ氏の着ていた白衣か。どれ？
As Daru reaches for the lab coat to smell Kirisu's lingering fragrance, I grab him by the neck and pull down hard.
どれではない、バカが。そんなくだらないことをしている暇があったら、明日の実験でどう過去を改変するか考えておけ。
Aw, he looks so sad. There wasn't anything to do after Kirisu left. I tried operating the phone wave, named subject to change, a couple times more before I went to sleep, but the discharge phenomenon simply would not occur. Now it's the next morning, and I'm sitting on the bench in front of the Braun Tube workshop. It's still early, but it's already blazing hot. It's as if I'm baking in the sun. Sweat is dripping off my chin. We're supposed to be experimenting today, but not a single lab mem has arrived yet. After waiting patiently for a while, the first person I see is... Sounds like a moped.
あ、ずいぶん暇そうだな、岡部。
おはようございます、おかりんおじさん。
The Tanuji pair came riding in on a moped. I was right.
俺はおじさんではない。兄様と呼べ。
お父さん、どうしよう。
岡部、うちの娘に何をふざけたことを吹き込んでやがる。
教育がなっていないのではないですか、ミスター・ブラウン。その子が俺のことをおじさん呼ばわりするのを何とかしてください。
いいだろ別に。器の小さい野郎だな。ない、こんな野郎の言うこと聞かなくていいからな。
うん。
The manager parks his moped and quickly enters the store. Sister Brown's about to follow him in when... She turns her attention towards the end of the street and instantly brightens up. It's probably a part-time worker. Did you write it? Have you written that report yet? For your information, I wasn't joking yesterday. If you blow this off, then you have no right to call yourself a scientist. Maybe this is too much for a freshman like you to understand, but writing papers is part of being a scientist. If you're so confident in your superiority, then show me your power. I'm not a mere scientist, I'm an insane mad scientist. Let Lesserman worry about such things. I have inventions to build. We'll go with the bad scientist. Okay. I follow her gaze and see Mayuri walking this way.
おかり、おはよう。まゆりお姉ちゃん。
Nay runs up to Mayuri with a happy smile. Without breaking stride, she jumps into Mayuri's chest.
なえちゃん、おはよう。おはよ
They get along so well that you'd think they were sisters. Mayuri has the ability to get along with anyone, so it's no surprise. Nay avoids me and Dari, but she adores Mayuri, and always goes for a flying hug whenever she gets a chance. Dari sometimes complains about that. What a lucky girl. I wish I could jump to Mayushi's chest like that. No, wait, maybe we better have Nathan jump to my chest. Okay, that's bad. This internal debate went on for hours.
う。なえちゃんにこれあげる。はい、どうぞ。
Mayuri takes some candy out of her convenience store bag and gives it to Nay.
うわー、ありがとう。はい、おかりにも。
She offers me some, which I silently accept.
そこに座って何してるの？
ラボメンが全員集まるのを待っているのだ。
おかりんおじさんは暇なの？
Why, you chipmunk? Do you have to be so blunt? What do you mean, mad scientist? More like bad scientist, am I right? If you don't know what mad means in this context, I'll tell you. It's the insane definition. That's like a pun my grandpa would come up with. Let's go with that one. Alright. One of these days, I'll teach you to respect me.
違うよなえちゃん。ね、おかりんはきっとなんか難しいことを考えてるんだよ。ああ、そうなんだ。
Good job, Mayuri.
おかりん、おかりん。この時間だと電話レンジちゃんはビリビリしないんだよね。じゃあ
That's
ね、
true.
焼きそばパンをチンしてもいいかな？
ドアの部分を取っ払ったから温めるのは無理だ。
Well, I think you can, it's just not safe.
そうだった。がっかりだよ。ちなみにね、おかりんは朝ごはん食べた？
いや、
だったら一緒に食べる？焼きそばパンは冷たいまま食べるとして、ラーメン缶なら湯煎で温められるし。なえちゃんも食べる？朝ごはん食べてきた。そっか。
Nay waves, then heads back into the Brawn 2 workshop. Lured by the prospect of canned ramen, I go inside the lab with Mayuri. The stagnant air makes the room hotter than outside. It doesn't improve much even after we open the window and turn on the fan.
ダルくんとクリスちゃん、まだ来ないのかな？
ああ、ラボメンとしての自覚が足りんな。
Just then, the sound of a braking bicycle comes from downstairs. When I look out the window, I see a part-time warrior arriving. Like you could do better. Aren't Americans supposed to be funny? What have they been teaching you over there? Alright. She immediately notices me, looks up and waves.
てってるー、すずさん。おー、シーナまゆり、てってる
They seem to have hit it off. Like I said, Mayuri gets along with everyone.
ー。岡部倫太郎、サイターはなんて？
さあな。
I thought I dodged the question, but part-time warrior is persistent.
やる気ないな。聞いたんでしょ？
聞いたが、奴の言うことが正しいかわからなくなった。
そうなの？どの辺が？
Why is she so flustered?
そうか。 のバイト選手名タイターオタか。
I guess there's an otaku for everything.
クリスチャンだ。
Mayuri leans out the window to wave her hand. Kurisu is walking towards the lab. That reminds me, doesn't Part-Time Warrior have something against Kurisu? I look at Suzuha. Her expression has changed dramatically. She's staring at Kurisu in complete silence. She doesn't move a muscle. It's like she's trying to start a fight with her glare. Kurisu's pretty stubborn too, so she meets Suzuha's glare for glare. The two of them exchange a word or two in front of the building. For a second, I'm worried that they may start throwing punches, but that doesn't happen.
クリスチャン、トゥットゥルー。
グッモーニング。
下のバイトと何を話していたんだ？
Kurisu shrugs her shoulders.
別に大したことは。言いたいことがあるならはっきり言えって。
I don't think that's nothing. She's lucky that didn't lead to blows.
向こうは何と？
何も。悔しそうにうなってるだけだった。一体何なのかしら。
牧瀬氏の人気に嫉妬してるに決まってるじゃん、上皇。
Daru bursts into the lab.
本来なら私がラボメンナンバー004になって楽しくみんなと青春する予定だったのに悔しいみたいな。3次元は恐ろしい。
ラボメンナンバーなんて好きなだけ譲るけど。
なんだと？ラボメンナンバーは某国において数千万円というレートで違法に取引されるほどの貴重な資格なのだぞ。
パスポートじゃあるまいし。そもそも某国ってどこだおい。
みんな仲良くいられる方がね、マユシーはいいな。
Well, I don't really care about their little quarrel anyway. Only one thing interests me now, the mystery of D-Mail. We begin experimenting immediately. Even though it's still morning, the electrical discharge occurs on demand. That's cool. Things look favorable today. That reminds me, we haven't talked to Mr. Brown yet. Maybe we should come up with an excuse first. To be honest though, I don't care what he thinks. For we are at war. War against the organization and CERN. The dark powers that rule the world from the shadows.
安西先生、フェイリスさんの手料理が食べたいです。
諦めたらそこで試合終了だよ。
Unfortunately, Daru's second email fails to change the past. I get the feeling Rynet matches are difficult to cheat your way out of like this. Not to mention we're limited to 36 bytes of text. Looks like we had to give up on Daru. He's gone to drown the stars and the internet. Alright, so who do we experiment on? From the look on Kurisu's face, I don't think she's willing to change her policy. Akihabara is such a strange town. Everywhere I look, I see drawings of cute girls. Some of them even have their breasts fully exposed, which startled me. Coming here has been a real culture shock. It's amazing how peaceful Japan is now. I agree. It's all because of the organization's effort to just stupidify Japan. Peaceful. That's the weird thing. It's amazing how peaceful Japan is. I can imagine how that would shock someone who isn't prepared. Unfortunately, Moe has become a symbol of Akihabara and the chaos that rules here. Getting used to it. I'll just go with this one. This seems nice, I guess. Okay. That leaves only one candidate, Mayuri.
マユリよ、次はお前に過去を変えてもらおう。
マユシ変えてもいいの？でもね、過去を変えるって何を変えればいいのかな。
Mayuri looks stumped as she slurps her canned ramen.
それじゃあね、こういうのはどうかな。ルカ君にマユシーのコスを着てもらえるように過去を変えるの。
どうやって？
ルカ君にメールを送るとかだよ。
I don't think a simple request is going to change the past.
もっと簡単で分かりやすいものはないのか？
She slurps more ramen.
そのラーメン缶を使おう。
Looks like I'm the only one with ideas.
1時間前のマユリに D メールを送るのだ。今日はおでん缶が食べたいとな。
そんな誘導に乗るほど単純なことじゃない気が。
ああ、それね、すごくいいかも。
え？
今日もね、自動販売機の前で10分くらい迷っちゃったんだよ。おでん缶にしようかな、ラーメン缶にしようかなって。
つまり後押しがあれば、マユリは必然的におでん缶を食べたくなるというわけだな。よし、それで行くぞ。
うん、わかった。じゃあ過去を変える前にラーメン全部食べとかないと。
Mayuri starts shoving ramen into her mouth.
食べておかないとどうなるの？
もったいないもん。
あ、そうあ、そうね。
Kurisu clearly doesn't know what to say. Mayuri really is a ditz. I'm used to it by now, of course. I get the phone wave, name subject to change, prepped for the D-mail. The content of Mayuri's mail is simple enough. Canned Odin, piping hot and delicious. I just hope it actually works. We wait for Mayuri to finish eating her canned ramen, then activate the phone wave, name subject to change. Then send a 1 hour back, we input 1. In other words, we set the microwave for only 1 second. I wonder if the discharge phenomenon will occur in such a short span of time. That's something else we'll learn from this experiment.
電話レンジカッコ仮起動。
あー、メールまだ送れてないよ。
There wasn't enough time to blink.
1秒じゃ放電現象は起きないか。データ通りだけど貴重な実証データが取れた。
これって例えば事前に暖気みたいなことしたらどうなるん？
暖気？
つまりさ、1秒じゃ放電現象は起きないわけでしょ。だから事前にメールを送らずに30秒ぐらいレンジ動かしとくんだお。その後間を置かずにタイマー1秒でもう一度動かす。そしたら1秒でも放電現象起きそうじゃね？
根拠は？
ネス。
マユリよ、もっと他に何かないのか？
じゃあ昨日買ったおにぎりの具を違うものにするとか。
お前は昨日食べたおにぎりの具の種類を覚えているのか？
おかか。
即答？
Impressive.
だからね、おかかを明太子にしようよ。
Maybe we should find another test subject. Something is telling me we're going to have to look outside the lab. I go for a walk to clear my head. After lunch at King Burger, I grab a coffee at Starbucks on the first floor of Yodobashi. I left Mayuri and others at the lab. I need some time to get my thoughts in order. I recall what happened when I set myself the lot of 6 numbers. The moment I sent that D-mail, I felt a strange tremor, and then the world as I knew it changed slightly. The fact that I sent a D-mail had been undone. I know that because it had disappeared from my send history. However, it was my inbox. The mail has definitely reached the past. What does this mean? The mail was received but never sent. Isn't that a time paradox? Is that the reason why everyone else lost their memories? Why did that happen? The butterfly effect? That's not an answer. Changing the past changed the world. Titor spoke of divergence. When divergence changes, are people's memories reconstructed to match the new world line? Then how come I remember the previous world line, even after the past changes? My deliberations are interrupted by incoming mail. I don't have time for this. Yeah, you do. It's a mail, so I can just reply to it later. I concentrate on my coffee. However, all these mails, no doubt about it, it's gotta be Kiryu Moeka, the mail demon known as Shining Finger. How can she be so shy in real life and so persistent in email? There's something wrong with that woman. Oh, it is her. I sigh and open my mail reluctantly. Can I send a D-mail to you, please, Moeka? Please reply. I'm a lab mem too, right? Pretty please? She wants to send a D-mail? That reminds me, yesterday I made Moeka a lab mem 005. That means she's qualified to participate in our experiments. Moeka seems serious, so she might meet my demands. Most importantly, all the other lab mems are completely useless when it comes to T-mails. I still haven't been able to verify whether or not I can keep my memories if someone else changes the past.
いや、しかし。
I'm worried. Moeka works for an editorial company. In other words, she's related to the media. What if she sends a D-mail and leaks word of the time machine? We'd be flooded by press. Gone will be the days of lurking in the shadows. My location will be exposed to the organization. Of course, sooner or later, we're going to have to announce our findings to the world. But in that case, I'd rather choose a national newspaper or TV network to cover the event rather than some shady magazine. That way it'll spread faster throughout Japan, nay, the world. Either way, something tells me it's better not to go public through Moeka. However, Moeka is a lab mem. Yesterday we told her everything about the phone wave, name subject to change, and D-mails. Moreover, we made her one of us. It was necessary to buy her silence. Realizing that I have no reason to deny Moeka her request, I put the phone to my ear.
俺だ。ああ、少しばかり迷っている。何？声でわかるだと？叶わないな。電話レンジカッコ仮の実験にシャイニングフィンガーを引き入れるかどうかについて。バカな！あの女を生贄に捧げろというのか。確かに世界に混沌をもたらすためなら犠牲はやむを得ない覚悟だが、いや問題ない。むしろ迷っていた俺が情けない。マッドサイエンティスト失格かもしれんな。ああ、これは俺にとってむしろ典型とも言える申し出。まさにシュタインズゲートの選択となるだろう。エルプサイコングルー。
It's decided. I type a reply to Moeka's mail. Indeed you are, Lab Mem 005 Shining Finger. Report to the lab at once. After sending it off, I hurry back to the lab. When I get back to the lab, Moeka is squatting at the bottom of the staircase. Since she's not sitting on the bench, I guess this crouching while holding her knees is this particular woman's favorite position. She's staring at her phone like usual. Once she notices me approaching, she slowly stands up. But she doesn't look at me.
ありがとう。
何がだ？
I know it's selfish, but I really need to send a D-mail,
別
Moeka.
にわがままとは思っていない。
むしろお前の申し出にこちらが感謝しているほどだ。
Once we enter the lab, I get all the lab mems to stop what they're doing, then tell them about Moeka's situation.
いいと思います。萌香さんもラボ面だもんね。
Daru and Kirisu don't object either.
で、桐生氏はどんなメールを送るつもりなん？
俺からの要望としては、過去が変わったかどうか確かめることができるよう、シンプルで分かりやすい内容にしてもらいたい。
I'm sorry, there's one more thing. I want to keep my message secret. That doesn't work. Why does she have to explain every little thing with the mail? No, more importantly,
内緒だと？どういうことだ？
何？どうしたのよ。
I mean, it's private. It would be embarrassing if anyone knew, Moeka.
いや、そういう問題ではなかろう。
Kirisu peeks at my phone from beside me.
なるほど。気持ちはわからなくはないけど、これはあくまで実験だと割り切ってデータの収集を優先すべき。
ほう。珍しく意見が一致したな、上司よ。
別にあんたに同意したわけじゃない。データを収集しないと電話レンジの仕組みがいつまでたっても解明できないって思ったからよ。
でも女の子にはね、秘密がいっぱいあるのです。誰にも言えない秘密をね、自分だけに教えろゲヘヘって言ってるのと同じだよ。
くわ、まさかこれってセクハラになるん？
落ち着けダル。
I turn to Mayuri and Moeka, who appear to have formed some kind of mainstream girl alliance.
メールの内容にプライベートに深く関わることを書けと強制した覚えはない。
Kirisu nods firmly at my words. Looks like she doesn't intend to join the mainstream girl alliance.
私的な内容を送りたいにしても、今はまだ見送るべき。タイムパラドックスの問題も完全に解決されたわけじゃないし、もっと慎重に慎重を重ねないと。私的な内容は NG。 少なくとも非公開にしたいという話は受け入れられないわ。あなたに悪意がなくてもメールの内容次第で時間軸に深刻な影響をもたらすかもしれないんだから。第三者にメールを見せて、その内容について問題ないか吟味すべきよ。
俺が言いたいことは全て助手が言ってくれた。そしてそうは言いつつも我らは実験を中止するつもりはない。
あんたの意見を代弁したわけじゃないから勘違いしないで。
Cheeky little.
そもそも実験においてはプライバシーよりもデータが優先される。被験者になるならその覚悟は必要よ。
Don't tell me that's the reason Kirisu won't send a D-mail herself.
そうなの？まゆしはね、さっきそんな覚悟せずに送ろうとしてたよ。ごめんね、クリスちゃん。
別に謝らなくても。責めてるわけじゃない。一般論を言っただけ。
I imagine some people might take issues with that statement, but I'll refrain from saying anything. I'd rather not get my head chewed off right now. Moeka's expression doesn't change. Same as always. I don't know what she's thinking.
お前はすでにラボメンだ。俺たちを信用してもらわないと困る。プライベートな要件は後日にしてもらおう。もしできないというのならば、お前に見せてやらねばならなくなる。 この俺、法王院京魔の中に眠るまがまがしき狂気の力をな。
Moeka is already typing on her phone. My threat was ineffectual, it seems. Can I see the emails you've sent so far? I want to use them as a reference. She drafted one of them. The other two are like Daru's, which are stupid. Oh, that's dumb. Yeah, like, that doesn't make any sense.
着信履歴ならあるぞ。
送信履歴は
ないというと語弊があるな。送信履歴は消えてしまうのだ。
I confirmed that after I sent the email yesterday. Moeka was there, but she doesn't remember either. I don't need to see the history, and I'll show you the message before I send it. Is that okay, Moeka? Sure. Looks like she understands. I showed the mail to Kurisu too.
萌香さん、無理しないでね。
Is that supposed to be encouragement? Mayuri sounds concerned for some reason.
じゃあさ、どんな内容を送るん？そもそもオカリンの言う簡単で分かりやすい過去改変ってハードル高すぎ。
何を言う。お前たちのレベルが低すぎるだけではないか。
案はある。
Moeka murmurs, can't they just, like, hide something in the lab?
ほう、これは期待できそうだな。具体的に説明を頼む。
Moeka then invokes her power once more. Ultra fast typing, the power known as Shining Finger. About 4 days ago, I bought a new phone. But now that I've tried it, I think I should have stayed with the old one, so I want to use the D-mail to tell myself not to buy a new phone. If we do that, the phone I'm holding will change, won't it, Moeka?
シャイニングフィンガーは実に有能だな。
That's actually a
ま
good,
さ
great
にラボ
idea.
面の鏡。
This should make it easy to tell whether the past has changed. Looks like the three useless members have no objections to Moeka's superior idea. We look at Moeka's phone. It's purple and gaudy. There's no strap, and it's not like the Deco phones, popular among mainstream women nowadays.
お？それって先月出たばっかの GG01 じゃん。
GG01？
最新機種だよ。確か液晶部分が着脱式でいろんなバリエーションのアタッチメントを選べるんだよね。今品薄でどこ行っても入荷待ちだけどよく手に入ったな。
It's the most popular model, but she wants her old one back? I guess hardcore phone users have other concerns besides fashion.
では、指圧紙。
ねえねえ、どうして萌香さんのことを指圧師って呼ぶの？
それが桐生萌香の力に俺がつけた名だ。桐生萌香、お前は今後先行の指圧師、すなわちシャイニングフィンガーを名乗るがいい。
Moeka shakes her head expressionlessly.
何？嫌だというのか？能力名をつけてやったのに何が気に入らないというのだ。
萌香さんはね、萌香さんだからだよ。それにね、指圧師さんじゃなくて編集プロダクションで働いてて。
眉氏、ネタにマジレス、かこ悪い。
ネタではない能力名だ。
くだらないこと言ってないで。準備するわよ。
Damn it. You're just an assistant. Don't boss us around.
ブラウン店長に何か言われたらどうするん？
ミスター・ブラウンごとき恐れるな。奴が怒鳴り込んできたら
この俺が蹴散らしてやる。
No, you won't.
マジでオカリンかっけー。そこにしびれる、憧れる。
実は口だけだったりするんでしょ。
I'll be the adult and ignore Kurosi's insult. Moeka has already written her 36-byte mail. When I look at Moeka to see if she's ready, she nods faintly. We set the timer to 100 seconds. The email should arrive at Moeka's phone 4 days ago, July 31st.
電話レンジかっこ仮起動。
About 15 seconds after activation, the discharge phenomenon occurs. I glance at Moeka. She nods grimly, an unusual show of emotion, and then she presses the button. We did, boys. The world twists into unrecognizable shapes. The floor is shaking. Or is it me? My vision blurs and loses color. The world lurches. I struggle